In this video, we are going to add materials to our models and our objects in our scene. Right now, there's no material, it's so boring, and there's no literally life in our models, and we want to bring them to life. So right now, we are in solid preview mode. So if you look at the top right, we are in our solid mode right now. To see our materials, we actually have to head to our material preview mode. So you can select this one over here. Now you can also go to your shading workspace, or in the top panel over here, you can go to your shading workspace and it will make you go to that same thing. But we're gonna stay in layout mode because I don't want you to get confused with this user interface. Just stay in layout mode. Now, as you can see, there's only a default white material on our objects because there's no objects assigned to it yet. So before we even add objects to our mushroom over here, I'm going to show you how to add materials, the basics. So we're going to quickly add in a cube to our scene. Add, not a plane, a cube. Let's quickly move it and let's keep it there. Now to add a material, you have a property panel over here. That is the material properties. So there's a beach ball kind of icon over here. Select that and then you can add a new material. Now select that. First things first, let's rename a material. Let's just say we want to add a blue material. Let's just say blue. And then you will see that you're going to have lots and lots of options. And I'm going to go over the ones that you actually need to know because some of them are just irrelevant. You don't need to know them. So we have the main one, which is the base color. Right now, our base color is a white. That's why our cube is white. So let's change our base color to blue. As you can see, it literally changed our material in real time. And then we have the metallic option. So 0 is not metallic and 1 is metallic. So now you can see it's more metallic. And then we also have the roughness. The roughness means that 0 is going to be very, very shiny. And then 1 is going to be not shiny. Then you don't need to worry about IOR or alpha. But we also have emission. So if you want to emit a color, for example, blue, emitting blue, as you can see, that will emit blue, and you can change the strength as well. Now that is the basics. Now you also have nodes with the materials in the shader editor. So I'll quickly show you that. So let me quickly get our normal color back. You have to quickly pull this up. You haven't seen this right now. This is the timeline. We're going to get to our timeline when we start animating. But you want to go on the top left. And we're going to select this and change it to the shader editor. Here you will see some nodes. You don't need to panic. They're not that complicated. It's basically the same thing. You see the principled BSTF. It is the same thing you're seeing over here. But it's just a node. But what you can do over here is that you can create complex materials and add textures. We are going to do that later in this tutorial series, and I'm going to show you that. But in today's video, we're going to stick with the basics, okay? So I'm going to pull this back down. So now we added a base materials. What if we wanted to add more materials to that one object? What we can do over here is add another material. Let's add another material, and let's say we want to add a green material. And then we're going to change this to green. And then you're going to notice nothing happens. Why isn't it happening? Because we have to assign it. Right now, only the blue color is assigned to our cube. We want to assign the green color. So we have to go into edit mode of the object or the cube. Select the faces or the vertices. Let's say you want this face to be green. So let's go to green material and you have to press assign. And when you do that, look at that. It's going to turn green. And that is literally assign multiple materials to a one specific object. So let's add another one for fun. Let's just say we wanted to add pink. What you're going to do, make it pink somewhere over here. Go into edit mode. Then let's select, let's say these 3. And let's go into pink and assign. And look at that. We'll create a colorful little cube. Amazing. Now you know the basics of adding materials to your objects. Now let's head on to our mushroom. So our eyes is going to be a shiny black color. So let's hit our eyes. And then we're going to add a material, new material. And then we're going to name it eyes. And then we're going to add a base color, which is going to be black. And then our roughness is going to be 0 because I want it to be shiny. And look at that. As you can see, if you look into eyes, it's going to be some trees. Now, as you can see, we don't really have any trees in our background or anything. This is just our default HDRI. It's just showing us if it was shiny in the real world, how it will reflect the environment or the surrounding. So that's just the default to show you how it will reflect. I don't like it that shiny, so I might just take the roughness to about a 0.138. So we can done that. I want the same material on the other eyes. Now, instead of doing it again, adding a new material, we can actually link materials. So what you're gonna have to do is the object with the material you want to select last. So let's just do this. Select this object that you want the material to be on, and then shift select the other object that has the material, and then you do Control L and link materials. Make sure you do it in that specific order, because if you don't, then you'll see what would happen. For example, I did this one first, then shift selected that one, Control L, link materials, it's going to turn white. Or it won't turn anything because there's no material set on this one. For example, if this one was, let's say, pink, you did this, shift select that, Control L, link materials, it's going to turn pink. The last one that you select is going to be the parent materials. That's going to be the material, okay? So let's quickly Control Z and look at that. So let's quickly add the material, Control L, link materials. So now we've done our eyes. Now let's do our mushroom body. As you can see, it's one object and there's more than one material in a mushroom. Now the top is going to be red and the base is going to be like a peach color, stuff like that. So add a material, new, that's going to be our base color. Let's just say a yellowy, that type of color, maybe like that. Looking good. And then let's add another material. That's going to be a red color. Let's just name it red. And then let's change it to red. And then we have to assign the faces or the vertices. So let's quickly Shift Alt select this loop. So this loop over here. Shift select this. Like that. We can Shift Alt select this edge loop over here. Shift Alt select this one as well, and this one, and this one, and this one. And then you can assign the red color. And look at that. That looks super, super cool. And that looks amazing. Now that literally is so much better than a white, gloomy, boring mushroom. And it adds so much detail to it. Now, in the next video, we're now going to rig our mushroom so then we can pose it. So then we can add and animate it as well. So it can close its eyes, do whatever it wants to do. So like posing and animating. So in the next video, we're going to start rigging. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys there.